What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Self Spoken Podcast. I'm your host, Self Spoken Law, and I got my two co-hosts with me here today. Well, one of my co-hosts with me here today. The other one isn't here with me. OddwOrld, say what up.
What up? It's your boy OddwOrld.
And I got my guy Brotegé with me. Say what's good.
What it do, baby?
Oh man,
not this episode. I didn't get a chance to, memorize.
To prepare.
I forgot where What It Do Baby is from.
Kawhi.
Oh, Kawhi. My guy Kawhi. There we go.
Baby.
Yeah. Definitely not rolling up in the backseat. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
What's happening in
Yep.
that video?
Because the NBA would definitely not have a problem with you rolling up anyway. So,
No.
Alrighty, we're partially virtual. Today my guy O was chilling in the crib. So me and Josh are together recording.
I tested positive, so it's better to stay safe than risk anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID is not a joke. I had it, and
No.
I mean I wasn't that sick, but still I don't want it regardless.
I haven't
Right.
yet to catch it. Thankfully, the Lord, I'm not gonna.
It's my first time, so.
Yeah.
Damn.
How are your symptoms?
My chest feels fine. My throat is fine. I'm not coughing at all. I just have, my sinuses are blocked from allergies. That's it.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. The sinuses are just non-existent.
Yeah.
Could be allergies
Yeah, it sucks.
also.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
bad allergies.
Yeah.
Are we even allowed to still say COVID on YouTube?
Oh, I don't think we are.
Oh, that's a good point.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Should I block that?
Nah,
I don't know. I guess maybe I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
Yeah,
When it comes to it, I'll bleep it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
But how we doing today? How my guys doing today?
I'm feeling energetic, feeling good. You know, came back to do another. Glad to just be back here to do another episode. But nonetheless, I'm good. Nice little Thursday, kicking it with the guys.
So,
Yeah.
Watch y'all.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I just started training right before I got COVID. I just started training for my next race. I'm gonna be doing a Tough Mudder in the summer, so
That's what's up, bro.
getting back into training regimen and stuff like that. I'm ready for summer. I'm ready to be outside.
have fun by yourself with that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm feeling good. My video is dropping a day before we're recording, but when we release this video, my music video will be out. So I'm gonna drop that in the description. Please give that a like or whatever. That's one of my favorite songs. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really.
That shit goes hard. Peep it.
Yep.
Truthfully.
Good job. But yeah, I'll link in the description. Put a little snippet at the end, and after this video, if y'all can, check that one out as well.
All right.
I think we all know why we're here today. I think we all know why we're here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
My boy, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, Kung Fu Kenny, K. Dot is here. This is a very interesting album. It's been 5 years, way too freaking long for us.
5 long, hard ass years.
But it was well worth the wait. Well, I don't know if it was worth the wait because 5 years is crazy. I don't know if I've ever heard an album and be like, yo, I would wait 5 years for this. I don't think so.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I was like, you know what? I'm not too pressed that I waited 5 years anymore. I'm not. I ain't that mad that I waited 5 years no more. It was worth the 5-year wait.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Bro, there are some people that are tight, bro. I know some people that are tight. But they were also expecting radio hits, kind of, I feel like, because...
Why are you expecting a bunch of radio hits from Kendrick?
Well, I actually think Damn was pretty radio-friendly compared to a lot of the stuff.
Radio-friendly,
I agree.
Yeah, there are a lot of, bangers on that. But I think people were just expecting that. And, you should just never expect anything with Kendrick. Just let it happen, So I'm not in that boat. But
yeah. You got to keep in mind, this is from 2017 all the way to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are gonna expect a lot of times have obviously changed. So a lot of people are gonna expect yo, the radio hits, nothing but radio hits. Where's the radio hits? So, yeah, sad to say we still got those types, but
yeah,
teach his own.
Yeah, but before we talk about how we feel about the album, we should talk about the video that came out before the album, The Heart Part 5. The song is very important, but I feel like the video is important to her. It's important to her. It's important to her.
It's very important to her.
Yeah,
let's do that.
So we'll talk about the song a little bit, but mostly we should discuss about the video. How'd you guys feel about it, just off first impressions, and then when you listen to it quite a few more times? How you guys feel about it?
So I actually listened to the song without the video first, and I was like, oh, I just listened to the flow and the beat and all that stuff, and I'm like, this is like the ramping up phase. Like, we're in the ramping up phase for the album and stuff like that. And I'm like, what he's saying is really real. It's just literally, it's like 5 minutes of spitting, like a little bit of chorus, but it's a lot of spitting. It's a lot of words. And then I watched a video, and I was like, I completely understand why there were so many words, you know, because like every verse, or not every verse, but some of the bars, some of the like the doubles and the triples are supposed to be coming from the individual whose face is on his head.
We're gonna talk about. I was gonna mention like real details about the video, but let's just see how we feel about it. Like just off first watch. I mean, a couple watches, and then we'll talk about details after.
No, yeah, I mean, I just thought after seeing the video, it was just so much bigger than I initially had thought. You know what I mean? Like, it was so much deeper than I thought at first. It took a lot of analysis.
Yeah. You, Josh?
Yeah, I heard both. I heard the video. I saw the video, heard the song at the same time, like the whole music video. And I was blown away. It was not what I was expecting. Because, like, at first, I heard that he dropped The Heart Part 5. So I was like, all right, let me go listen to it. Saw the audio version, but then I saw there was a music video. I'm like, okay, forget the audio version. Let me go to the music video. When I saw the music video, I was completely blown away. I'm going to just say that, and I'm going to save the rest of the thoughts for later. What do you think?
The video, like, it was kind of simple, but not simple at the same time, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because it was literally just one shot. Him rapping and moving around. It was just one shot. But I don't mind it because Kendrick isn't really a too extravagant guy, like a bunch of beats, like crazy ass beats with a bunch of extra stuff. He's not that type of guy. No. And it kind of fits with the Heart songs, because all his Heart songs are just him spitting, just talking his shit. It's not really him trying to be smooth, trying to flow nice, trying to make a hit or whatever. He's just talking his shit on the Heart song.
He's talking from the heart.
Yeah. So he did that on this song, and the video really portrays that. I enjoyed it a lot, and he really knows how to rap. Like, when it comes to movement. Movement is very important when it comes to videos, when it comes to performing, and he really moved correct. Like, he was not just like rapping like blah, blah, blah. He was like doing this, doing all this extra movement,
gestures. Like he was on point with all of it.
So it was really nice to see that. I enjoyed the video. I really did. But now the most important parts of the video was the fact that he was changing his face with different people. So he changed his face to O.J. Simpson, Kanye West, Jussie Smollett, Will Smith, Kobe Bryant, and Nipsey Hussle. How do we feel about the face changes in regards to the video? How did it add value to the video?
Well, I think first, I just want to say, like, deep faces have gotten so good. Like, you could really make somebody look like someone else. Now, like that. They did a really good job with this video, with the faces in this video. I think it just, that's the whole reason that it was simple at first, is because you're watching him. The focus is on him the entire time, middle of the screen. Right. And then boom, the face switches, and it's like the first time it happened, I remember it being kind of surreal. and like, whoa, you know, like I don't know. It makes you want to listen to the words that those individuals are saying. You know, it's as if those words are coming from their mouths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It feels like, obviously, from what it looks like, he's speaking from everybody's point of view on their felt emotions. Like you have him speaking. You literally just from everybody's point of view. The way he's speaking is how. He's trying to portray their kind of voice, like if they were a if they were a voiceless person in their own predicaments, as what it seemed like they were, it felt like he was the voice of those celebrities who were voiceless about how they really feel towards a lot of things. So I feel like it's such a deeper meaning. Like he's just talking probably about how they feel about literally what media has said about them, or fans, whatever everybody has said about them. So instead of how they speak on it, he's like, yo, I'll take my thought process. I'll take the thought process of my own and probably how y'all really feel about how everybody else is saying, and I'll just say it from the heart for you, in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all don't have to really say much. I'm speaking for you.
Yeah. I really feel like he was just trying to represent the people, just trying to see their perspective. He was rapping like in their heart, I would say. We all know Eddie's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. He's been going through a lot. Jussie, you know, he did a whole setup with like him getting attacked because he was gay and he was black, and turned out to be false. And a lot of people, he got a lot of flack for it, of course. So there's that. And then Kanye, he's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and people don't really care. He kind of acts up sometimes, but it may be because of his mental health. I'm not gonna say that what you do. I'm not saying that you should do whatever because of your mental health, but you can understand at the same time. So he kind of acts up sometimes, unfortunately, and people don't really care about what he's doing, or they think that, yo, you're just doing too much. But he talked about that, and he also mentioned Will Smith. I feel like he really mentioned him, especially because he unfortunately slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars.
And then he did.
Shouts out to the. I was gonna say, just shouts out to the line he says during Will Smith. In a land where hurt people hurt more people.
That's what I was about to say. Wow.
Stole the thunder from you.
Stole the thunder. That's crazy.
Or keep stealing the thunder from us every episode.
It's crazy, man. Yo, look, man.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut until we're all done talking.
Yeah. If you got superpowers, just let me know, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that line affected a lot because Will did say in his speech, like, yo, you know, that whole love thing. Like he spoke on that, so for the way that Kendrick interpreted was like, yo, I felt that. Let me put it in another format too. It was like, yo, that shit hurt. It felt. I can't say it hurt, but I felt it. I felt it in a way. I definitely did.
And my thing with Kobe and Nip, I feel like he put those faces there specifically because he was just a fan of them. Obviously, they unfortunately passed away, so he couldn't rap in their perspective, but he just rapped about how he felt about them. I feel like.
I mean, yeah, and they've also had some, my fault, but they've also had, you know, deflecting passes of their own. They had certain issues. What was it? Kobe and the sexual assault scandal, I believe.
Yeah.
That whole thing. I forgot something about, I think it was something along the lines with Nip too, but, yeah.
I know.
Like what?
I was just gonna say, I know, like, he has a line, I think, where it's either right before Kobe or during Kobe, where he talks about being in Argentina overseas, and like that whole part is about, like, he was literally in Argentina when Nipsey died. So like it's talking about some of the parts of the song are his reflection of like how Nipsey's death hit him, like even though he was on vacation and shit, and he was supposed to be enjoying himself.
That's what I'm saying, because obviously those people aren't here, so he talks about how he felt about them. when he brought up Kobe and Nip. That's how I felt personally.
Kobe for sure. Nipsey's almost also seems like if Nipsey had written a will, like he would say some of the stuff that Kendrick said. Like he's like, make sure you live out your dreams. To my neighborhood, let the good prevail, like stuff like that.
Yeah, to my kids, make sure you watch all my interviews.
Right, exactly.
Telling his girl, all that, and everybody like, yo, I know I'm not there to physically hug you, but like I don't need to be there physically to hug you. Yeah, I know that. I'm hugging you from a distance.
Yeah, and I feel like obviously, damn near every basketball fan was a fan of Kobe, obviously. Yeah. So I like that he talked about him, and he definitely was cool with Nip because they're from the same state. So, a big rapper like that, unfortunately passing away where you're from, that really would hit you. So, I respect what he did. I really respect the video. I respect the song, all that. But damn, we kind of talked about the video for a long time.
Quite a while.
I was just gonna say one more thing about it, if that's all right.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
brother.
It's just like the overarching theme of the song is, and he repeats the word like 20 times, is the culture, right? And like how, like, excuse me, like all these things can be positive in the culture, right? And they can be like, you know, like cars and whatever the culture may mean. But there's also bad things in the culture, and when those bad things happen, we can't just be like, yeah, that's a part of the culture. You know, that's just what it's like. You know, that's it's just a result of the culture. It's like, no, we have to stop and look at these things and really like find the source of them. You know, like we can't just let whatever, like sexual assault or like, you know, violence in a household, like we can't just be like, yeah, that's a part of the culture. It's, you know, there's good things and there's bad things. It's like, nah, we have to stop like that cycle pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know, this song, I thought this song and video is number 1 right now, I believe. But like it's this song and then the whole album on the Billboard chart. So we'll see how that plays out after like the next couple weeks.
I just remembered something because you said you want to mention one last thing. I guess I'm gonna mention one last thing also. You said that there was rumors going around that the album would be really rock oriented, and I felt a little bit of it, but I didn't hear too much. This song is more rock oriented than the whole album, like probably combined.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would like to hear more of it. I would like to hear more of it from Kendrick, but we didn't hear that, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
he chose very particular instruments for this album.
Yeah.
Like very like jazz oriented instruments. So it's as rocky as you could get with those instruments.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about the album now. How we just feel about it, like first impressions after a couple more listens. How we feeling about it?
You wanna go first?
You went crazy for him like a couple episodes ago, so
no,
I feel like you should talk first.
Right.
The honor goes to you.
Alright, so where can I begin? Album was fantastic. It was fantastic. I listened to it 3 times. Like 3 times back to back. No, whoa, not back to back. I listened to it 3 times. I immediately said, yo, after the first listen, I am not mad that we had to wait 5 years. I'm not that mad no more. I could put off the fact that, yo.
No, I'm gonna forever be mad, but continue.
Just a little bit. But, like, I could push it off now, the fact that he's here. And I'm like, yo, we got a Kendrick album. That's it. We got a Kendrick album.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to say anything more. We got a Kendrick album. 18 songs. A Kendrick album. So, listening to it just made it feel so refreshing to hear his voice again. And just have him, just be creative on the album once again. Like, whether if it was small creativity or a big creativity, he was still, that Kendrick. That I feel like it's an updated Kendrick in a way. Like, one of my friends made a good point. You don't really know what to expect from Kendrick, to be honest. Cause
very true.
When we heard "To Pimp a Butterfly," we was like, okay, his next album is gonna be like that. But then we heard Damn. Damn was so different. We're like, oh, all right, so maybe he's going in that direction. Then we hear this. This is not like Damn. So he's very unpredictable, and I like that. So I'm glad that we got like some type of different random vibe from him, in a way. So, yeah, all the tracks were, the majority of the tracks were like really good. They were interesting. Some, you know, a little iffy, but that's expected on like almost any album. So, you know, whatever. Not too skippable though, so that's a good thing. Yeah. All in all, if I could give a rate, am I allowed to give a rating right now? I can rate? Or?
Not yet.
All right. So I'm gonna say the rating for
Yeah.
until later. But all in all, Kendrick. Like, what else can I say? Kendrick.
Yeah.
Oh, how you feeling? First listen, after a couple more listens.
Kendrick.
So, Kendrick is back. Yeah, I've listened to this. I listened to this album 3 times. I listened to some of the songs way more than 3 times already. Like,
Yeah.
I've been bumping some of these songs, but it really isn't a radio or like vibey album. This album has a lot of deep messages. You're gonna have to listen to this album in headphones, at least once if you really want to get the full experience.
Right.
Because especially with the instrumentation, bro, it's all natural instruments and stuff like that, and like old piano sample and soul samples, and I think piano really dominated this album. I think it's less for this was really him sending a message in this album. Like, he wanted to get warnings and his lessons and his self-reflections out there, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this album. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that I kind of noticed, this album had a lot of like sounds where it just sounds like different time periods. Because the Pimp a Butterfly sounded very jazz oriented and very like maybe 80s, 90s, like early 2000s max kind of sounds.
Right.
Damn sounded really modern. It sounded like it came out in 2017. It sounded like 2016, 2017 stuff.
Right.
But this album, I would say there is some old school touches in here, but there's some new school touches as well.
So
So I feel like this album may have the most mixture, like you said. It has a lot of mixtures. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that he had deep messages. You're always gonna have a deep message when it comes to Kendrick. He had deep messages. He had songs with just him talking his shit. There's some songs like you could listen to in the car. There's a couple of them on there. So overall, I really appreciate the versatility in this. This is probably his most versatile album, if not definitely one of at least. But I really enjoyed it. First song we're gonna talk about. So in this album, this is this double disc album. So the first album is 1 through 9, and the second album is 1 through 9. So we decided to talk about 3 songs from the first album and then 3 songs from the second album. And the first song we're gonna talk about on the first album is N95. How we feeling about that one?
That song's blowing up right now. I believe that's the most popular song on the album, correct? And there's a music video for it and all that. Yeah. This song matches the times. It's literally named N95. It's named after the mask that like we wear. The masks we wear every fucking day for COVID. Like, and he keeps saying take off. Like, he keeps saying, and the take off the mask, take off. Basically, this is about like, getting rid of, I guess, shaking stuff off, getting rid of superficial comfort, like comfort that's not real comfort. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think it just fits the time. The beat switches and the production is ridiculous in this one, of course.
Yeah.
And he talks his shit. This is the song that you play it and you're like, yeah, this is the song he talks his shit on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This is a virus song. Damn YouTube. This is a virus song. I like how it fit as a second song. How you have the intro and then you have your second song. this fit perfectly for like a second song to just bite off of the first song of the album. So it's like, yeah, the beat switches was cool. I just enjoyed everything he was saying. I can't remember my favorite line, but I just everything he was saying.
You ugly as fuck. That's my favorite line.
You out of pocket.
You right. I think, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's a little, like how people realize how other people look without masks. Like,
Without the mask on, they take the mask
off. And you don't know what niggas is looking like. And then they take it off and be like, oh, you ugly as shit, boy.
He had some quotables on this. I forgot what song that was. There's this one song he was like, bitch, I'm attractive.
Yeah.
Can't fuck with you no more. Fasted. What song is that? I forgot the name. Damn.
I know what you're talking about.
I know most of the names on the song,
one.
but the lines,
it's
the
on this
name
one.
and the lines. Yeah.
Fuck, it's on this one. I can't remember.
But he got some quotables on this album.
He got hella quotables.
Yeah.
On this bitch.
I think I'm gonna use that as my next caption for my pictures. Bitch, I'm attractive. Man.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Shit.
This song.
Ugly as fuck.
This song, I would say is the best. Not like overall. I would say is the best like modern song. Like you could listen to this in the car. You could listen to this song in the club, etc., etc.
It's like a very good record.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Like I said, I like that Kendrick came with versatility on this album, and he definitely did this on here. This song is just hard, man. Like you said, you're saying you ugly as fuck, and just talking his shit, man. I really appreciate the song. The beat is fire. The hook is kind of him playing around a little bit, but he's just fucking around. That's really what I like about this song. It's not really many details in the song, but like the simplicity is fine. Sometimes less is more. So you're just talking this shit on a hard ass beat, just a simple hook. It's just like chilling on the verses, but it hit. It really did.
Yeah.
Not much needed to be said about this song, but it's just hard. Next track, Father Time featuring Sampha. You look like you want to talk about that song first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This whole song is crazy, bro. I don't like I usually like really degenerate SoundCloud shit. Like I love, I'm a metalhead and all this stuff. Everything about this song is so soulful and meaningful, and the beat is so clean, and Sampha is just like has been blessed by God, like personally. Like he was just like, boom, you have the greatest voice on earth. Like I don't know, bro. He just And then what the song's about, like father figures and basically, either having a toxic one or not one at all, and how that can start a cycle of that happening, down your next generations. That's, man, I love this song. This is top 3 for me on this album, for sure.
I probably would agree. If not top 3, like top 5.
Yeah.
But I could see a case for top 3, definitely.
Yeah. This was the Kendrick and Drake line, right?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. There, everybody's stealing my thunder. Every episode, y'all stealing my thunder.
I was gonna mention it, and I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're gonna want to talk about it. So I can say.
I had to talk about it. The Drake and Kanye. First of all, let's get that out the way first. Drake and Kanye line. That I know that set something for all of us, because us people, we will see certain interactions with one another, and we look at certain people who are like, y'all two niggas fucking with each other again?
Yeah.
Since when? Like you don't want to say it in their face, but you're like, deep down inside, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing this again? So when he said, like, he felt like he still has some more growing up or maturing to do, I was like, I felt that about my old self. I'm like, yo, damn, that's kind of how I used to think. Like, yo, why y'all banging with each other? Y'all was just beefing. What y'all still doing? So I'm like the now me is like, yo, I'm glad they're not beefing no more, whatever. So like I feel that in a way, but like, majority of the stuff that he's saying on the record, like even though I didn't grow up with a pops, like, I still had some father figures that push me in a sense. So like who would like teach tough love. So I feel that like in a yeah, that ain't my pops, but that's my kind of like my pops in a way.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I definitely felt that.
I have my father in my life, and the reason this song hit me so much is because my dad is literally probably exactly like Kendrick's dad. Like, I just gotta be tough. I just gotta do my thing. And and Kendrick, he mentioned his grandma, his dad's mom, obviously passed away, and he was like, "Yo, why are you going to work? Like, your mom just died.
Yeah.
My grandma just died. Why are you going to work?" He's just like, "Yo, like, these bills gotta get paid, bro.
You have to, yeah.
These bills gotta get paid.
You can't just stop, bro."
So his dad was probably just teaching him that tough love. Now, Kendrick himself said he just wants to step away from that. But then he mentioned, like you said, the Drake and Kanye line. When they were cool again, he was just like, why? But then he realized, like, I think I actually need to heal some more. I have some more healing to do.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting to hear that.
And interesting that he includes Drake and Kanye on this song, a song about fatherhood as well.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of people questioning them about their fatherhood, and whether or not I know.
That makes sense, because I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
That really makes sense. That really makes sense.
So I think it's a good placement for that line on this song. I think.
So, but I feel like the point of this song is for Kendrick to heal himself. Like, yeah, I love my dad. I appreciate the love he gave me, but I just don't like some of the tactics he would employ, like just being tough and just being with a hard exterior. I just don't want to be like that. And I feel like he was just trying to tell other people to not be like that. People that are dads right now, people that plan to be dads, just don't act like how my father used to act. Certain stuff, but being just all tough and not caring, or even if you do care, acting like you don't care, just don't do that. Yeah. So I really appreciate that song. It hit me because, like I said,
it should be like a balance.
My dad, he just chill, just want to get this bill paid. He's not really like, hey, I love you, kiss or whatever. Like, obviously he does love you, but it's just you're not really gonna be able to tell because he's just a tough guy, But that's how a lot of people in that generation are. Yeah. Because my dad is significantly older than me, so in his generation it was probably just tough. Like, you just gotta pay your bills, you got shit to do, feed your kids, feed your wife, and then that's really it. Yeah. But I really appreciate this song. I really, really did. Y'all gotta let me talk about this song first.
Just go. I know you want to talk about it. Just go.
Go ahead, bro.
We Cry Together, featuring Taylour Paige. This song, the first time I heard it, this shit made me fucking laugh.
Bro,
I was like,
dying, bro.
I was like, yo. They're wildin'. She was like, yo, dick little. He was like, you sucked mine. She was like, yo, I should have sucked his dick. I was like,
what the fuck is going on, bro?
Wildin'.
Whoa.
They was wildin'. I really appreciate how this really looked like an actual argument.
Yeah,
they are really talented. Kendrick and Taylor, they're really, really talented.
Crazy.
Because this sounds like an actual argument. Now, granted, my arguments will never be like that. If I ever have to argue with somebody and get like this, I'm leaving you. Or even if you're my friend, I'm not cool with you anymore. Even if you're a family member of mine, you can't break up with a family member, but I won't fuck with you for a minute. So it's like,
yeah, we can't just
but this argument is crazy. But this really showed like a toxic couple.
Very toxic.
And it's two sides of it. Like how some couples, they just be talking like crazy shit, just disrespecting each other, and at the end, like, they just have makeup sex, because that's what they basically did. They just had makeup sex. They was like, have sex with me. Let's just have some sex. But the other meaning to me is how she as a woman would mention what men would do, and Kendrick is mentioning what women would do.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciated that. So I feel like they're just telling whoever's in a relationship, yo, You as a man, you gotta get your shit together, and you as a woman, you gotta get your shit together.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's this one line I want to mention real quick. She was like, You're the reason R. Kelly doesn't recognize that he's abusive." And he was like, "Y'all still playing his music."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
so she was just talking about how the men just don't be taking shit seriously. They just don't take care of this stuff.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the women, how they don't support each other.
Right.
He was like, when your friend got a job, you ain't talk to him or whatever. Why R&B girls don't feature on each other's songs, you know?
Yo,
so
bro.
They're really talking shit about men and women. So
Yeah.
I feel like they were just telling us, yo, you gotta get your shit together. And I like that song especially because I feel like I'm in a relationship, but I feel like I have to get my shit together. So thank you, Kendrick. That's two songs that helped me. Father Time, that made me recognize my stuff with my dad, and then We Cry Together, that made me recognize that I need to get my shit together in a relationship. But yeah.
Jesus. So, two things I actually want to mention. One, Taylour is actually an actress. From what I looked up, she's an actress. She was in, I cannot remember. I'm not even gonna try to botch it. It was something recent though. She is an actress. And,
That makes so much sense.
right? Exactly. So how she portrayed those lines is like, yo,
Yeah.
And the way she was
it.
crying,
Yes,
yo,
bro, she bodied it.
That makes so much sense,
Yes,
bro.
she's GOAT for that. She's GOAT status for that. And second, a lot of people were pissed. I seen so many reviews of people just like getting angry, feeling a horrific type of way, like, oh, yo, why would y'all put that in the record? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Meanwhile, I know for a fact these are the niggas that's going through that shit right now. So
Right.
so people who are getting mad are just the ones that don't want to hear
They don't wanna hear it.
perception of what's going on in their relationship.
no accountability, bro.
Exact zero accountability.
No
At
accountability.
all.
The accountability is so important, and a lot of people just don't take it.
That's what I'm saying. So like I looked at it and laughed like, yo, come on, yo. If you're not gonna be able to understand this concept or just laugh a little or even, come to realization about a lot of shit in your relationship, don't fucking listen to the song and forget it. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's not about you. Maybe it's something you think in your mind that's, I don't know. Maybe it's your imagination. This is what it is. You living in your imagination while he's telling you the truth. That's how I look at it. That's how I'm gonna look at it right now.
You guys covered a
Fake-ass
lot
perfect.
of what I was gonna say. So I guess there's two things that I wanted to point out. One was that it was produced by The Alchemist, which
Yes.
Oh,
I
I didn't even realize.
Bro,
I didn't even
forgot
look that
that.
up. Damn.
Yeah, bro.
My
You
God,
can
the Alchemist.
definitely
I didn't
hear
even
it.
know that.
Alchemist.
you can
yo,
definitely hear it, bro. You listen to it back, it's just like piano chops and a boom bap. Like that's
Alchemist,
it.
bro.
It was dirty.
Love that nigga, bro.
I don't know if it was his idea too, but there's a Florence and the Machine sample in the beginning. That's hard. But the other thing was, and I wanted to know your guys' thought on this. I see a lot of people on the internet mentioning that Taylour in this song.
Oh, I thought you were gonna mention something else. Continue. I'll mention
Oh
that. real
yeah.
quick.
I was gonna say, I see a lot of people mentioning that Taylour in this song could also possibly represent the hip hop game without Kendrick in it. And like a lot of the stuff that she's saying is like, because the game can't do shit and like can't grow and it's not the same without him and stuff like that. And then he's he almost comes back with like a, man, like I don't owe anything to the rap game. So there's a lot of people that are making that comparison too. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
You might be on to something, my boy. You might be on to something, my boy.
That's just what I'm reading, bro.
I
So
feel you. Oh shit. Well, that does
It's not
have a lot of
possible.
truth in it.
yeah, I said it's not impossible.
Of course, because that does hold a lot of truth in it. Why? Because, well, let's go off the fact that, one, it's been 5 long years, and you have seen a good amount of people, mention him. Like, mention him waiting for a comeback.
Yeah,
tagging
like he
him in
owes.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just making sure, like, yo, like, Kendrick, I hope you know about this. Kendrick, I hope you know about that. Kendrick, where's your album? Kendrick this, Kendrick that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of people are, like, were awaiting his return. So how she interpreted that into that whole, Kendrick, they miss you in the game when you owe something to the game, and then he's just like, man, I don't owe these niggas shit. I feel that way because, like, yeah, y'all niggas waited for this long for it to happen. So, like, for him to step back into the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So, now that he did it, and how it doesn't matter who have that perception on him. It's just like, yo, this is me. I'm gonna drop whenever I want to drop. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So that, that's probably his mindset.
That is very interesting. I'm not sure because she was just legit talking shit to him. So
yeah.
I don't know if there's a double meaning in that, but if there is, that does make sense because people are saying that, yo, Kendrick isn't dropping enough, he's not doing enough. But then he talked to her, R&B girls don't mention each other, they don't feature in each other's songs.
Right,
so it's like
right.
they're talking a back and forth with each other. Hey, you're not doing enough with rap, and you're not doing enough with R&B. Like, where y'all at? Y'all not linking up together. So that is very interesting. That does make sense. Now that I think about what he said about the R&B girls, it makes sense that she would be mentioning him. Him, like, not just being there when it comes to rap. Like, consistently, I would say. Yeah. Because we know Kendrick is there, obviously, but not as consistent as we would like.
Yeah.
But that's not our fucking business. He does whatever he wants. So, we're not his dad. We're not none of that. So, we're not his dad, not his uncle.
We're not going to tell him, hey.
There is one thing I was going to mention before we move on.
So,
since they talked about R. Kelly, a lot of people are debating whether whether R. Kelly made good music or not.
I feel like that's a whole debate, like, on its own. Like, whether or not R. Kelly...
Okay, I'll just say what I feel before I move on. R. Kelly made great music. Like, great music. I'm gonna say that. R. Kelly made great music. Like, you can't, like, be like, oh, I don't like what he did, so fuck his music. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I say fuck his music. I don't listen to him. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Like, if you do something bad, I still listen to you, but to the extent of what he did, I can't listen to his music anymore. But just because I don't listen to his music anymore, that doesn't mean that I can disrespect his music. Like, it's good. It's really, really good music. But I can't vibe with it. I just can't vibe with it.
Damn.
Yeah. You want to say something else about the song before we move on?
I'll just put it like this. Yeah, you're right. He did make some, incredible music. Nonetheless, but it's kind of one of those things where, like, you're filtered by his actions, and you don't know whether or not if you really want to continue listening to it, or you just like, hey, you know what he did is what he did. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's like I can't ignore the fact that this nigga dropped heat. So that's where, like,
I mean, that's the whole thing of, like, separating the music from the artist. It's whether or not the artist did bad enough shit to where you're like, nah, I can't, or yes, I can.
And I feel like he did in response to you, because it's like even if you killed somebody, I don't agree with killing, obviously, but even if you kill somebody and you make some hard ass music, I still might bump it. But
but it depends on the context of
trap and drill. Like,
exactly.
Niggas be killing niggas every day, and
exactly.
Still bumping their music.
Exactly.
So,
but what he did, and I won't mention it because YouTube, but what he did, bro, I just cannot vibe with that.
That's okay.
In my personal opinion, I feel like that is one of the worst type of sins, like the worst type of crimes, like to do the things that he did. I just can't vibe with it, bro. Like, seriously, I would rather have a conversation with a criminal, like a killer, than have a conversation with somebody that did the stuff that he did. Yeah. Like, I can't vibe with that, bro. I absolutely cannot. Yeah. I cannot. Because when it comes to you, I'm gonna say one more thing before we continue.
You're good.
When it comes to like you killing somebody, not all the time, but sometimes you could justify. You could be like, yeah, it was self-defense, or I had no choice. Not all the time. It's just sometimes. Like, you could justify it. What exactly can you justify doing things like that, what exactly is justification? There's none. There's none. So
like, you can't justify anything
like,
off of that.
Yeah, go ahead, O.
No, I was just gonna say this is a controversial point that like will bring us into our next song, featuring a very controversial individual.
Yeah. The next song, the first song we're gonna talk about on the second album.
On part 2, yeah.
Yeah, Silent Hill featuring Kodak Black. Oh, you said that you really, really enjoy this song, so you could talk about it first if you don't mind.
Right. Yeah. So, the song itself, the music itself, this has been, for me, like the most bumpable song on the project. Not my favorite song on the project, but it's been the song that I've been, like, it comes on the playlist, and I'm not like, nah, this is too much right now, or like, nah, this is, it's just so chill and, like, mellow and just bumpable. And I think the beat is also my favorite on the album, but that's just because it's the most, like, 2017 SoundCloud-ish kind of beat. But, this song goes hard. It's interesting. The name is interesting, because, Silent Hill, like the video game Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Like the horror game. So, I was reading places, people are comparing... once again, people are comparing the rap game without Kendrick as silent. So, like, they were saying Silent Hill, like, he's talking shit about, the rap game, pretty much. Like, this song is very much a, talk about my success and, like, basically, like, a boasting kind of song.
Yeah. Yeah. You, Josh?
Oof. The chorus was. I think everybody.
Like who?
Yeah, chorus then turned into an absolute meme infestation, and it's it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. All in all, I ain't really the biggest fan of Kodak. Like I don't bumping that like that. But he slid a little bit on the song, but I can't lie.
He wrote more than I feel like he would have if it were another artist asking for the feature.
Right.
Like it's Kate. I feel like Kendrick asked him for the feature, and he was like, "All right, I gotta actually get my pen out."
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. And I don't know if we mentioned this or not, but he did do a good amount of narration on the album. So.
Yeah, we didn't mention that.
Yeah, but yeah, the narrate I don't know. I feel like I liked his narrations more than his verse. His verse is still good though, nonetheless. But yeah, that's just how I view it. Nonetheless, though, the song was heat. Like, come on. I know, I know for a fact. I feel like it's like radio worthy. That is definitely radio worthy.
I feel like I have a question for both of you after your point.
Okay. I did say that. I did say that N95 was a little simple. This song is like probably the simplest song on this album.
100%.
And if you want me to be honest, it takes me a little while to get used to a song like this. Cause this is so chill. It's just him. Like at least the other song he was talking his shit and like yelling in your face like, yo, I'm better than you. Like he was just talking his shit. But with this song, he's just like chilling, like mellow, and it's just yeah. It takes a minute to get used to. Like it took me a minute. I'm not gonna lie, but I like this verse, and I also like Kodak's verse, and I like how Kodak kept the flow that he did. So it
bouncing off.
The verse is connected nice. Yeah. The verse is connected nice.
Yeah.
But it took me a minute. It took me a minute to like enjoy the song how it deserved to be enjoyed. Yeah. But usually songs like this, like just so chill and relaxed and just not very energetic, I'm not the biggest fan. Not to say that a song needs to be good to be energetic, but this song like has no energy like at all to me anyway. Not to say that the song is bad, it's just not my cup of tea, personally.
Yeah, I think this is a very stoner song. Like stoners will enjoy this song.
I know a lot of niggas who will turn it into some energetic shit.
Yeah. But my question was gonna be, Kodak's narration and Kodak being on this song, a lot of people, are not happy with Kendrick with including Kodak on this album as much as he was.
I was gonna discuss Kodak after we finish the album, but do you want to?
Okay, word. So well, I mean, just because we're on the song right now, that's the only reason I was gonna talk about it.
Because after we finish talking about the songs that we discussed, where we're gonna discuss, I was gonna mention him next.
Okay, so
cool
we'll do that after then. Yeah, we'll do that after.
All right.
Mother I Sober.
Next song, Mother I Sober, man, featuring Beth Gibbons.
I have so many notes. This is the song I wrote the most notes for. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Did I write that? No, I didn't write that many notes for this one. But I know for a fact this song is very personal. This song is very deep, personal, bro. Like very, very personal. Like my first listen, I couldn't you just fabricate with this. It was just like, wait a minute, what? Like the one line that's like that kind of hit me the most. I know that hit a lot of people, but like I know I'm in friends with people who probably felt this line more. Is the the cousin, accusing of the cousin Kendrick, did he touch you?
Yeah.
That was like, yo, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, bro. Like I know niggas felt that one. Like a lot of people who definitely like been in that predicament, I know they felt that before. So it's like, and then going on further to they're assaulting our mothers, we're getting assaulted, we have to assault them back, etc.
Right.
Bro, that's
crazy.
Bro. That's crazy. Like I'm just looking at it from more of an emotional side. Like it connects really, really emotionally. Like it's in depth with things that like would take place like back then, even now, and just shit like that. It connects on a level of like just like, yo, like, yo, you got that trauma in you, so I see the direction that was went, and it is just like I'm speechless. I don't have that many words to say. It just hurt.
You wanna continue with the song? You want me to speak first?
It's up to you. If you want to talk, if you want to talk about it,
save my man's all for last because he said he got a lot of notes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys don't mention something that I want to talk about, I'll talk about what I want to talk about.
I might. I don't know, because all we just be doing is just stealing each other's thunders. Yeah. All we do is talk before the other person was gonna say the same thing. That's all we do. So, this song is probably the most personal song on the album. It definitely is. And it's very interesting because he's talking about he's sober now, but Kendrick wasn't really a drug related guy. Like he wouldn't talk about lean. He doesn't talk about weed like that. He mentions alcohol in some of his albums, but I don't think it's detrimental. Like to the point where like, yo, like Kendrick, you need help with this alcohol. I don't think it's that point. And he mentions it himself, like he doesn't do weed and he doesn't drink like that. So he mentioned it. I feel like what he's talking about just being high from is one is the women, because he unfortunately is either having or had a fallout with his wife because he just he
was an addict of intercourse.
Yeah.
It was had. I believe it happened in the past. It was had.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason he mentioned that is because you said it before. He mentioned that his mom was like, yo, like, did your cousin touch you? And he kept telling them, no, he did not touch me.
And they didn't believe him.
That himself traumatized him because he's like, damn, like, I just don't feel good. They keep accusing me. They're lying. They think that he's doing something, and he's not. And he actually said that trauma itself is actually starting to make him like want to deal with other people. So I respect the fact that he realized that he wasn't really the most loyal person, but he's explaining probably some of the reasons why
he wasn't the best boyfriend / husband.
Yeah. And I feel like another aspect of it is him being sober finally, I feel like he's finally sober from trauma. Because a lot of people, trauma just really affects them. I wouldn't say I wouldn't call it a drug in a good way. It's obviously like really hurts you. It affects you severely, but I feel like, I don't know if it's true, but I just feel like he's saying he's sober from the trauma. Like he not to say that he's over it, but he feels much better than what he used to. And that's what he's telling his mom, because unfortunately his mom was assaulted as well, and maybe that's why she kept asking him, because she was assaulted herself. Yeah. So that's very, very, very unfortunate. And I just really enjoy how thought-provoking this song is, man. He was really, really just expressing himself, and he's probably just telling his mom, like, "Yo, mom, I'm healing. I'm good. So don't worry about me, you know." So I fuck with this album. Oh shit! There was another thing I wanted to mention, but you're probably gonna mention it yourself. So you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
No. Go. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say what he said about the rappers. Because
you could talk about that.
Unfortunately, a lot of women are assaulted, but a lot of men are assaulted as well. And a lot of rappers have expressed like, "Yo, when I was younger, I got assaulted." Mm-hmm. So he mentioned them wearing all them tattoos, having all this jewelry is probably a coping mechanism for them, because they unfortunately have been assaulted. Mm-hmm. So he mentioned that, and so he was just telling people like, "Yo, don't judge us. We got all these tats, we got all these jewelry, but maybe there's a reason for that, you know? So you can't just talk shit about us. There's a reason for it." But yeah, you go ahead, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, just in my head when you said all these tats, like I don't know, I put like 2 and 2 together with like tattoos they're also technically scars. So it's like, you're leaving scars on yourself, like, purposefully and just to get you through it and stuff like that. But you talked about most of the stuff I wanted to talk about. I thought it was interesting that Kendrick talked about what happened.
Look like we stole your thunder this time, my brother.
Well, I have a couple of things.
Never mind. that fluff. I'm gonna go real fast.
I thought it was very interesting that he mentioned specifically that his trauma didn't come from drugs and it didn't come from alcohol, and that his trauma comes from like sexuality and stuff like that. And just the one line I thought was great was, "You never felt guilt till you felt it sober." That line is crazy.
Because I think he mentioned it, like how he got a lot of money and I'm Gucci, but like, what does the money do for your pain? Exactly.
Right. What happens when you wake up in the morning? Like first things in the morning, like what are you thinking about?
Why do you think so many rich people are depressed still? That money's not gonna heal that. The only thing money's gonna heal is your brokenness. That's the only thing.
Yeah, your finance is gonna be affected only. That's it.
Yep. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's it. I thought the song was great. I thought this song, it's not one that will be going to my playlist because it really is slow and somber and really deep. Yeah.
I don't want this on my playlist. I don't want to cry at night.
Right, exactly.
I'll keep it on my playlist. It fits. It'll fit.
Next and last song to finish this off, Mirror. There's not much with this song, honestly. It's just I choose me. I'm sorry. That's really it. That's really it.
I'm not gonna lie. That was like one of the least records that I listened to. So like, I'm gonna keep my statement brief. It was a good song. It fit the ending. It did fit the ending for the record. It did. For the album. That's what I could really say. Like it was a good way to end off the second disc and just the album completely. So kudos to that record.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the name is fucking perfect once again. Mirror, he's reflecting on himself. He is like he's talking about like the mirror, the thing that he sees in the mirror is not what the public sees. The public want him to be this guy and they want him to be that guy. and all these specific things, like always gracious, always amazing person. But then, you know, he's kind of has to be realistic with himself. Like, I can't be these things all the time, but I'm also just a human. So it's you know, it's like everyone makes mistakes, and I'm not the messiah of hip hop or anything. I'm just like you know, I'm me. I'm Kendrick. Yeah. I just, the one line was that I liked is, I can't live in the Matrix. I just love that, like, basically people simulate him to be the savior of hip hop, and like he just has to reassure himself that he's not living in the Matrix. He doesn't have to be what people say he has to be. Yeah.
This song was a great way to end this album and like both albums together, honestly. And I feel like what he's just trying to say, y'all keep fiending for these songs, y'all keep fiending for these albums. Y'all think I'm gonna fix systematic racism. I'm just one human, bro.
Right.
I choose me.
Yeah, you can't just depend on him all the time.
Exactly.
Now.
So the hook just exemplifies what he's saying. I choose me. I'm sorry. And even though like it's just a line, he shouldn't have to apologize. No. I choose me. That should be the end of the chorus. Yeah, like I choose me. Yeah. I'm not apologizing for choosing me.
I actually think that's a bar. I think he said I'm sorry on purpose because he knows that the public needs that to not see him as this demon or whatever. You know, like he has to say I'm sorry because PR, right? Like, I think it's a bar. I think he did that shit on purpose.
I choose me, not sorry. That's what he should have said. I'm not sorry. Fuck out of here. Like, I'm just one human, bro. I can't drop 10 albums a day. I can't like heal obviously like systemic racism and stuff. I can't do that. I respect Kendrick for talking about it so much, but he's only one person. What else can he do?
Y'all niggas think he Captain Save a race or something, bro.
Yeah, like, so it's like,
bro, he's just a nigga, bro.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, he's just a nigga.
It only takes one person, but great way to end this album.
Yeah, man.
Now, Kodak, you mentioned him. You wanted us to discuss it, but I wanted to discuss it like after we talk about the album.
Right.
So, yeah, you wanna go ahead and continue?
Yeah, I guess I just had a question for you guys. So I mean, online, what you'll see a lot of like rights groups, followers mainly, and feminists, and a lot of that didn't really appreciate the fact that Kodak Black was on this album as much as he was. And I think that the effect is like twofold, right? So Kodak, I want to make it clear as day, that I will never justify any of the actions that he took or anything like that. None of that is justified. I'm not saying it's good in any way at all. But what I will say is that I don't think Kendrick was numb to those facts before putting Kodak on the album. I think along with the message of the culture and all of these things that he's been talking about through the album this entire time, you know, it can all relate back to Kodak just being a part of the culture, I guess, you know what I mean? And just including him on the album and whatnot. So I guess my question to you guys was, do you think, I mean, I kind of just talked about, I just rambled about it, but do you think Kendrick was conscious or not in putting Kodak on this album? Like, do you think he did everything purposefully?
Yes and
no.
No.
Because I was going to say yes and no, honestly.
I say yes because I feel like let's mention the Heart Part 5 real quick again. He's put those... Did I steal your thunder?
Yes, you did, but it's okay. It's okay, because I actually did. I was going to elaborate on it. It's cool.
Okay, so he put those faces on his face to represent, like, yo, those people have flaws.
Right.
So maybe he's just saying, like, yo, Kodak has flaws, but he's still a human at the end of the day. But I say no, maybe because, like, maybe he just liked Kodak and just wanted him on his album. I feel like sometimes people think too deep.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Kendrick, you kind of have to think deep, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. It's like a 50-50 thing with me, honestly.
50-50 ordeal. I do say yes, because I was gonna mention, like, yo, if he had the the courtesy to put all 5 people in the Heart Part 5. All
it was 5.
Yeah, all 5 people in the Hard Part 5. And you see,
is that why he put 5 people? Because it's the Hard Part 5.
Right? That's what I thought the whole time in my head. Like, look at that, 5 people, Hard Part 5. Come on.
This Confucius Buddha ass nigga, bro. Like,
see, but we don't even know. We don't even know, bro. Dude, because like it could have been by accident, and then but maybe not.
He's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable ass niggas, man. But
oh no, it was 6 people.
It was
OJ, Kanye, Jesse Smollett, Will, Kobe, Nipsey.
Oh yeah, fuck, never mind. That whole thing we just said is contradicting now. Forget that part.
I would cut that out, but I won't. No. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
All 3 of us were like, "Oh my god!"
We were like, "What? Unpredictable." Now we had to think for a second. Oh, it was 6, dumbass. But like I said, because all the people on the Heart Part 5 is like, yo, like you said, they're my flaws, but there's still meaning to me. There's still purpose to my lifestyle. And then when you look at the album, like, damn, you look at Father Time, We Cry Together, and then for all those almost every single song had a meaning, whether or not if it had to deal with an artist, personal life, or whatever. Him narrating or him just being on the album is like a significant factor to this is like me. This is like, if I'm a problem or some sort, I know that I'm a problem. I know I have a problem. But at the end of the day, I am still just human. We ain't saying his actions are good actions at all. No, we're not justifying them shits at all. But what we're saying is, at the end of the day, he is still a human being. Like, he's just as human as everybody else every other celebrity that has flaws, nonetheless.
And that follows the theme of the album.
Exactly, it follows the theme of the heart. It follows the theme of the album. Like, at this point, shit, they got flaws, but at the end of the day, they big steppers themselves. Point blank period. That's how you gonna put it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he included him on the album intentionally. I think everything he did most of that intentionally. Yeah. I think he wouldn't have expected this much of an outcry. I don't know if this response is predicted, but I also don't know if Kendrick cares, like, about the response to what he does,
He seems like somebody that just doesn't give a fuck.
Right, like he does it to present it, and boom, that's it. Like, that was the whole point of that song, Mirrors, like, just, I don't know, but,
does anybody else have any comments about Kodak personally, or you just want to move on?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I don't really bump Kodak like that, so
I'm good.
Yeah, he needs to come out with something, like, actually, like, I don't know, something established, like an established album, for me to.
Yeah, I get it. But my thing is, though, just to close off on this topic, my thing is, though, like I said it earlier, things of that nature, like violating somebody else in that way, I don't fuck with that at all.
No, hell no.
I don't fuck with that at all.
Oh, if we're if we're separating the artist and the individual, like, the individual is a fucking, he's a scumbag, like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, I think Kendrick he was able to separate,
I get it.
I feel like, brother, man.
Yeah, I'm just not fuck with that, but it is what it is. So
is what it is.
I guess just to finish off the album, just how we feel about it overall. But before I ask that again, there is one thing that I wanted to discuss.
What's up?
So this album is to this.
Yeah.
I personally, unless y'all can educate me, I personally don't see the reason why it's a double disc album. Besides the fact that Kodak is narrating the first album and Baby Keem is narrating the second album, and the fact that I guess there's a couple songs on the second album that are a little deeper, I don't see why it's a double disc. Besides those things, I don't see why. Because the beats like kind of sound the same to me. The beats are in the same ballpark. So the topics like are kind of in the same ballpark. I just don't see the reason why. So unless y'all have a reason why, I don't see the reason, but y'all could let me know.
The only thing I could think of is that maybe he mentions himself a little more in the second disc. Like he talks about, even in the first part, like he'll talk about his, he talks about kind of general ideas, I feel like, more, right? And premises, so like, fighting in relationships or fatherhood or, stuff like that. I feel like the second part of the album is really his perspective, a little bit more. So like his experience with his mother, Mirror is about him. Silent Hill is about him flaunting his money and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can see is that maybe he inserts himself a little more in part two. But
Silent Hill is on the second album, which he kind of talking shit on as well. So
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like he talks like from his own perspective on that. So like Silent Hill, Mother I Sober, and Mirror like are kind of from his perspective, whereas the other three are kind of lessons on general concepts.
Like views from the other.
Other perspective. Like views of like a general thing.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
All right, so I kid you not, like I kind of wondered that too, like what was the main purpose, but when you put it like that, I guess.
I mean, I might just be fishing, but like
shit,
it's Kendrick.
Okay, so would this put a fault on the album? Like the fact that there's no reason for it to be a double disc, if there isn't, like, because I personally, like I said, I didn't see it, but if you guys didn't really see much of a reason for it to be a double disc, would that put that album to a fault? Like, would it put some scratches on it to you?
No, I don't
know.
I don't really see.
I don't think so.
Like that, yeah. I don't see it being a big reason. I mean, a big ordeal.
Yeah.
That just because
I think.
I'm
sorry.
No, you good, bro. Okay, it's two discs. One side is a general look on life. The other side is his personal look on life. All in all, nonetheless, you're still getting like a musical format of an album. So like, it's like if you look at it, if you want to go ahead and look at it deeper of why there's a disc one and disc two, by all means, yeah, go ahead. But a lot of people are just gonna look at it from the musical perspective. Like, it's just a lot of music. That's it, and then we get to have all that music. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really see it being a big issue, unless somebody like has a big issue with the fact that there's two parts. But I just don't see why.
Here's my thing musically. Well, were you about to say something first?
I was just gonna say, like, it didn't personally ruin my listening experience.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'll say.
Here's my thing with music specifically. If it doesn't add value to the song or album, then it actually lessens it. Like, if you have a fire song and then I'm like, yo, let me feature on this, and I feature it, and I don't really add value to the song, you could argue that, yo, like, he kind of made the song a little worse, because I was vibing with O, and then as soon as Law came in, I was just like,
Yeah,
so that's the thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess I can see it, especially because of the narration. The narration is very important in establishing that these are two completely different albums.
Right.
But I feel like just the narration doesn't do enough for me, personally.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see why you say that.
But yeah, just to close this album, how we feeling about it, and how we feel about Kendrick, like, just moving on, like, with music.
This gives me a partial bit of excitement to see where him and PG Lang are gonna go. Like, cause now that, like you said, that's his last album with Top Dog. So I want to see.
Bittersweet. I fuck with TD, man. I fuck with him and TD.
But that was But just gotta see how well he's gonna put his own twist into things with PG Lang and stuff. And it just nonetheless, it made me very excited to see him back. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how the future unfolds.
Yeah.
Wait, we gonna rate this now? Or?
Well, I don't rate albums, but you go.
All right. Well, rating. I'm going to put a rating. All in all, it was great to hear Kendrick back. It was great to hear how different this album sounds from the others, and it was just overall a good listen. There is some points where I felt like it could have been a little better. Like, damn, like I was waiting for some like bar for bar Kendrick kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying he didn't do most of it on the record, but like I'm talking about like heavy set bar for bar. Like we're taking a further step back.
Mostly your style.
Like yeah, but like it's just more so just trying to hear that Kendrick a little bit once again on the album. But nonetheless, I personally give this album a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10, and yeah, that's it. Like it was great. Nonetheless, it was great. It was good to hear him, bro. They did Kendrick back.
Oh, just to finish off this album.
Oh, so the one thing I'll say about this album is there's nothing about it that feels out of place to me. I feel like everything on this album fits in some way, and
of course.
How Kendrick envisioned it just is. It exists how Kendrick envisioned it. Is this Kendrick's best album? Hell no. Like, hell no.
Top 3? I believe he has 5 or 6 albums.
5.
Bro, I don't know. Like, in terms of
I consider Section 80. Section 80, Good Kid.
To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and now more on the list.
Yeah.
Mr. Moore.
No, see, I can't put this album above like Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, or like Damn. Like, those 3 albums to me are like very well produced, and everything is right about those albums. Nothing is wrong about this album, but it's
not the criteria,
so message based. It's so thought provoking. It's so like it has its purpose, and its purpose is not what those other albums' purposes are.
You know what's the thing with Kendrick? Kendrick's albums are so great that even his worst album is still like better than most people's albums. Like,
yes,
that shit
bro.
Is crazy.
His worst album is better than most people's best album.
Yeah,
that's like just straight up.
That's
literally.
Yeah.
That's really
like you could say like, oh, like this project is good. I'm not the biggest fan, but it's good. His good is probably your like spectacular, like a classic for you. Like it's probably amazing.
Yeah.
But that's just him. That's just how good he is as a rapper and an artist.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
Did I say something? I forgot. Did I say something?
No, you didn't. Actually.
I didn't.
No, go for it. Go. That's what I was waiting on.
Okay. I really, really enjoyed this album. I would say that this song is not like his most bumpable. His most like bumpable, like vibing is probably Damn, but just because the album's not quote unquote bumpable, that doesn't mean that you can't fuck with it. That doesn't mean it's not a good album, because this is a good album. This is a great album.
Yeah.
And even if you're looking for like radio hits or whatever, he has a couple of them on there. So
yeah,
this album is very versatile.
Yeah, radio hit worthy.
Very versatile. I really respect it, and I enjoy this. I'm gonna listen to this quite a few times.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite Kendrick album. I'm not, cause I don't know. Honestly, I like Section 80.
Classic.
Good Kid, To Pimp a Butterfly more than this. Maybe even Damn. So I don't know. This might be my least favorite Kendrick album, maybe.
Do you like Untitled Unmastered, or would you count that?
Oh, almost.
I mean, it's a project, but I was talking about like albums specifically.
Yeah, like album.
Yeah.
Not like that was like mixtape kind of fit for
Yeah.
But
like it fits in the
this is
mixtape.
probably my least favorite Kendrick album, but I like / love all Kendrick albums. So
I think I might agree with you. But this shit is still crazy. Like, it's so crazy that you could say something is somebody's worst and it's still this good.
Yeah.
Like, that just goes to show.
Yeah. It goes to show how good of a person that he really is. You know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I guess we are done here. Any final points about the Heart Part 5 with Kendrick? His recent album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Anything?
I think it was all needed. That's all I'll say is all of it was needed, much needed.
Alright.
Not mad.
You, Josh?
It's a classic. Go back, listen
Kendrick
to it.
has 5 albums. All 5 albums are classics. Yo, just to think about that, that's fucking crazy. That is crazy to think. Cause some rappers only
That's
have
hard
like,
to do.
Some rappers only have 4 or 5 classics because they'll have like at least 10 albums and they only have like 3, 4, 5 classics. For all of your albums to be considered classics, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But just to end off, Heart Part 5.
Listen to it. Go to sleep, wake up, and listen to it again. It's a classic, nigga.
Heart Part 5, great song, great video. This album, great album. And appreciate y'all. This video is definitely gonna be our longest one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut out
this
a lot
season
though.
for
I'm
sure.
gonna cut out a lot, but it's still gonna be our longest.
This season for sure. If you made it, as always, thank you so much.
Yo,
like,
y'all are appreciated.
share, subscribe.
And then, one person in particular that's on my side of the plate who likes to take our fucking parts of our stuff and put it on her story. You know who I'm talking about. I'll explain later. But she knows what I'm talking about. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you dearly for that. You're annoying, but I appreciate you for that dearly. I love that love and support that you gave. I appreciated
so much,
that love and support, honestly, for real. That was heartfelt. That was heartfelt to see that. So, you know.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And I'm gonna link my video in the description, so
yes, for sure.
It's gonna be a classic.
I don't know about that. I mean, like I said, that is one of my favorites.
Watch the video, get something to eat, watch it again, nigga. It's a classic.
My guy Hurst recorded that video. Shout out to my guy Hurst. Crazy videos. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna link his social media in the description as well. Definitely. But
for sure.
Yeah, I guess we are done here.
Yep.
Alrighty. My guy OddwOrld.
Peace out. Have a good night.
My guy Brotegé.
Yes, sir.
This is Self Spoken Law. And this is the Self Spoken Podcast. And we are out.
Self Spoken Sound, baby.
Deuces.
Peace.
I'm getting groovy in a circle. Yeah, said I do the Subi or the purple. Maybe the Louis or the Virgil. Might hit up Gucci for the fur coat. You acting moody, you'll get hurt, bro. Your girl getting loopy in the first row. I'm getting groovy in a circle. Yeah, said I do the Subi or the purple. Maybe the Louis or the Virgil. Might hit up Gucci for the fur coat. You acting moody, you'll get hurt, bro. Your girl getting loopy in the first row. Yeah.